We find ourselves into match number 2 of Alma version versus the Teel Stigers. Um, yeah. What do you think?
Well,
What do you think about game one, Deadey?
that was a game.
It was a
I'm
game.
gonna be. I hope this game. I really hope they take some time to really assess the points that they need to be able to figure out how to come back and not let what happened in this last match happen again. Specifically,
Mhm.
really need to just have pressure around the map. Don't get baited to gank the Danzaburo. There's not much point in killing him. It's not gonna do much. They just find pressure around the map, shut down the actual targets that are going to do things. Then I think they can actually play this game, and that's what I'm hoping to see from this. Is good adaptations out of the Teal Stigers, and I want to see a little more tricks coming out of the out of the sleeves for the AMA version. Yeah, what are you hoping to see?
I just want to see more uh assault gameplay. I want to see. I still nobody's tried the tech yet. I'm telling you, they should just group up 5 people, just run it down mid lane. Get those little bastions down. Get the T1. Really opens up the map. Should find themselves a lot of pressure and might be able to, at least for the Stigers, might find themselves ahead in terms of map at that point.
It'll be interesting to see. I wonder if they're able to run it down. I
You
excuse me.
okay? No, no, no.
Uh,
You're good.
a
You're
little bit
good.
of had a little bit of chip in my throat.
No,
We
yeah,
see
you're
the
good.
Hebo come out. That was the Hebo that they banned out in game two. I wonder where exactly that's going to be going on this cap. Given where Amaterasu version have gone with these drafts, I wouldn't be surprised if it ended up in any lanes. Maman coming out. First of all, they decided to ban out the Aphrodite. I don't know whether the Aphrodite was necessarily the issue with the last comp. I feel like any Guardian probably could have been doing the exact same thing that Aphrodite was doing. What do you think about the picks and bans currently?
Um, yeah, the hub was definitely interesting. I haven't seen that picked up even in any of my casual games, so it'll be interesting to see. Definitely if they can get that scale up on the hub wall, can just one shot somebody super easily. The water cannon is just delving out so much damage on such a low cooldown. Judging by the way that the last game went, I wouldn't be surprised if this hub was able to just like snowball out of control. But again, we'll see. I don't know how good an Artemis will be into a Hubwa. Um, or will be decent into the Naja, but like into a Hubwa, probably not going to be able to get that much. We'll see how much pressure they are
I
able to pick
mean,
out with this pick.
depending on how much pressure they're able to get, that Tusky could just be another ring bounce target. Just a free cast of that ring bounce, one shot the whole
Mhm.
team with all the proc items. It could be absolutely devastating if they let the game snowball how it did last time. Chiron getting picked up here.
Yeah,
That's nifty for sure.
nifty. Yes, that is not the word that I would use, but I do agree with that sentiment. Neither Artemis nor Chiron really decent in this meta, but they probably have a vision for this game that we cannot see yet. So we'll end up seeing how that pans out for them in the game as Vision does pick up Poseidon, going to huge glass cannon mages. Poseidon able to just shred objectives too, so that might honestly be going into ADC, but we shall see.
It'll be fun to see. Overall, I hope I think Amaterasu could just end up putting themselves in a hole where
They don't have
get
Amaterasu
a little
pick.
silly with the draft.
They don't
Sorry,
have
it was me Amaterasu version, but yeah,
Because it's Amaterasu
Ama
version.
version.
Okay.
Yeah. So some Amaterasu version name.
Oh,
It'll be curious to see how they quite round out this
uh-huh.
draft. I wonder if they're going to be getting too
Yeah.
silly with this. That is an option. Getting too silly can happen,
Really
but
rounded out just like last game. Both of those team comps were very round.
very round. Rat
Rotund.
definitely a round character as well as Danza. Probably more round than Rat, but cuteness and roundness go hand in hand. Um,
Oh,
Loki.
speaking of spice, we see a Loki pick. I wonder if they'll slam that onto support. I have seen some nasty Loki supports in my day. We'll see how well they can execute that.
This this is gonna be silly. Got a couple of silly casters for the silly game.
Yeah.
I hope it's fun.
Soul. Oh
Reed,
my goodness. I don't know what their vision is with that team comp with the Fafnir banned out. Um, I don't know what support they'll pick into this slot unless it's a support Artemis.
I hope that Soul's going solo. Honestly,
Soul?
if you don't,
Low?
so low indeed. But if you don't have to gank the Danzaburo if the Danzaburo is just simply under tower all the time. That's just pressure pick right there. If they're
Hmm.
able to put that in solo, I could see
Soul
Charon
low.
mid.
Soul.
So true. Charon mid, Artemis ADC, and a Terra to just help everybody do a little bit more damage, take less damage, get a little bit of healing in there, some CC and lockdown for just the pure damage numbers that are coming out of here.
Yeah, as they
Bologna.
say, more ADCs, more damage.
That's what they say. That's what I've
Yeah,
been
that's
saying.
that's that's what they say. Bologna coming out just to stifle out that auto attacks from three huge auto attack pressure gods. Um, Honestly, at this point, I don't even know how well Bologna fits into the Alma version's team comp, but um, hey, that
Well,
disarm could
they're
do
wanting to
wonders
go
late
it.
game.
Yeah, if they're wanting to go it, then they're allowed to, I guess. After that last game, if they were able to make Danzaburo work out, I think pretty much anything they pick is really gonna at least do something.
Hmm. How do you see team
We'll
fights
see.
going against with these two teams, or is it just gonna be another W key type game?
Oh, I can't imagine any world where any team comp that these two picks that these two teams come out just doesn't end up just being W key all around.
Gas pedal, pedal to the metal. Smite
Honestly, I
gamers,
think
start your engines.
we could be sleeping a little bit on the Chiron here.
Hmm.
The Yanis, I think, was standing out and holding their own against that team fight, just hitting massive snipes from across the whole map. Chiron, a little bit shorter of a snipe, still a good damage. I wonder if their win conditions are definitely just going to be solo Chiron. I don't necessarily see Artemis resulting in too much just into that team comp. I feel like it's going to start with just somebody dying off of that team, the Teel Stigers. But yeah,
Yeah, that's what I'm
let's
hoping
just
for
see how
out
it
of this
goes.
game. Lots of death,
Bucket,
lots of
e-ball.
W king. Just, just go ahead and int. Give the fans what they want in this arena gameplay. As that's how I predict this game is gonna come out. It's gonna be another slobber knocker. Hopefully they do the mid five. That would be wonderful. Okay, and welcome back to game number 2 of the Teel Stigers versus YAIV or AMA version. We'll be calling them AMA version. Hopefully that doesn't get too confusing for y'all back in chat. I am one of your
Um,
hosts, Deleuscious, and
it's me, Deadey. If you had a wish list for how this game goes, Regal, what do you have on that list?
um, well today is Wednesday, so it is Hump Day.
Hump Day. Oh my gosh. You thinking that the Teal Stigers are able to make it back past that song and take this game too? In that case,
Sure. So
sure.
yeah, I really hope there's a lot of W King. Bologna already finding a lot of poke onto herself, but so is the Sharon in solo lane.
Sharon's a fun pick into Bologna. If you just save that dash for the bludgeon, what's she gonna do about that? Hit you with other abilities? Sure. Kill you? Maybe. Ultimate you? Definitely, probably. You're allowed to
Probably.
clear the wave. You get a little bit of healing, you get a little bit of damage.
Are you allowed to clear the wave though?
I'd say with Bluestone and just using your classic big circle into shooty arrow. I think that would work out pretty well. I don't know ability names. I know how that would work. That's your job, Regal. You know ability names, right?
No, I I don't.
I lied. It's called Masterful Shot. There we go. I figured it out. Didn't even
Huge,
look it up.
incredible. Uh, Unfortunately, Soul and Terra finding themselves out pressured by a Naja and a Loki. Um, Soul known like for her early pressure. I don't understand how they're getting out pressured by these two picks. Um, we see a Maman Brigitte mosey their way over behind Ama versions duo lane. Probably not going to be able to find much because it looks like they might sniff it out. We'll see what they choose to end it. Yeah, the way I don't know why this Brigitte's standing in the jungle. Um, they're just gonna sit in a tower and clear this wave that they're being pressured into.
That looks like a play I'd make right there. They're just simply waiting whilst the Hebo is actually just taking all the farm on the map.
Uh-huh.
They're definitely looking for a little bit of pressure on this Nudger. Surely they work out. They get weighted after almost
Getting a lot of damage onto this Naja. Might be able to find the first blood that they need. Teel Stigers actually finding the first blood. Flip of what happened last game. We'll see if they can snowball this game in the same way that Ama version did.
A little bit of a misuse of beads, and of course, due to the pressure, they're going to be invading on the right side of the map over here. They are looking for the purple and probably the backs as well, I'd imagine. I don't see the Loki being able to fight into this. The Maman does not have beads. She used the beads after killing the Naja there. I almost was going to call that using the ultimate, but of course that would be a little bit silly considering she's level 3. But she
Yeah,
was level 3, no 4.
unfortunately,
My gosh,
that's
so
the result
fast.
of committing a lot of resources into the duo side gank, is that there's a lot of farm onto the solo side. And so Ama version finds a lot in terms of stealing the farm from the Teel Stigers jungle, and actually do find themselves almost even despite giving up first blood on that duo lane.
A little bit even across the map. Honestly, that's we're about 3 minutes in, and the gold difference is only 300 right now. If you look at this game versus last game, this is a massive improvement from the Steel Tigers. Obviously, you know, you can't expect every game to be a complete run it down with comp, and I think these picks are quite different. The
Yeah,
Bologna getting poked out, starting to get a little low with no
well,
ultimate.
she
This is an
got
opportunity.
poked out low, but the Sharon was for. If you look at the itemization, they were forced back already and already find themselves about 40% in soul lane again, expending all their pots and already forced to do one back. They're getting quite pressured out by this Bologna pick, despite and Bologna going for the Devil Glove start. That's lit, as the kids say.
Maybe they're checking online for builds, and they found a Bologna build from when she first released, back in the Plummet era. I remember back in the day, Season 0, building Dev Gloves and Deathbringer on Vamana Soul. That was a good time.
You can still do that. You can still run that, and it's probably really bad, but you can still do it.
You're allowed to. Sometimes they'll let you. That's okay. What do you think the what do you want to see Teel Stigers adapt in these next months here? Probably not dying. Hopefully, would be a good start to there. But
Yeah.
besides that, what do you think would be a good way that they can change the momentum of these games?
Well, on the plus side, that Poseidon did go Telekines, was able to net themselves a kill as a result of it, but that will put them quite behind in terms of DPS going into mid game. I don't know if they know this, but Poseidon only procs that Telekines off of the center. If you press the 2 and you get the 3 tridents or the three autos out, it only procs on the middle auto. That also applies to Demonic Grip. Um, by the way, I will say that I do have a labbed out Poseidon build that does utilize Demonic Grip on it, so you just have to hit those autos and it still shreds the prots. You just have to. I just don't see the value that you get out of the Telekines ring onto a Poseidon. But to answer your question, yeah, they just need to keep on looking for picks through this dual lane. I feel like actually that's a lie. The Loki is pretty safe. They actually have a reasonably safe team except for that pause mid. We'll see how they end up playing this. Maybe they can get a little bit more creative than I can think of right now. I don't. Yeah.
fun picks all around.
Fun pick.
I wonder if these
Yeah.
are good back pocket picks. You never know what people have been practicing in their matches just throughout the game. Chiron
What
could be
picks?
a really good comfortable pick. I'm glad to see. So far, it's just 1-for-1 across the board. Nothing too speedy. Who do you see scales? Who do you think scales better into the late game? Right here.
I mean, scaling, I don't think is too much. Oh, as the Brigitte finds herself caught out a bit inside of the jungle, gets her dash caught out by the Loki, but should just still be safe. Hub 1 might look for the dive, does not. They expended so much trying to kill that Brigitte, and she does utilize her abilities in a pretty good order to find herself able to get out of a sticky situation.
As a big Ultimate holder myself, I'm a big fan of the coaches that they're deciding not to dive under tower and save your Ultimate for a later time when you could maybe get more value. I just like holding my Ultimate sometimes, and that's okay. Sometimes you think you get value, it's not the right value. You know when the right moment is to press that button, and sometimes it's not always there. It's not always there.
But you were talking about scaling. I do think that I don't know. Alma version does have a lot of damage, but Teel Stigers do have a lot of CC and a lot of ways to punish, like just a glass cannon type of team. So again, really curious as to how this will play out. Judging by first game, it's anybody's game.
It could be.
Sure could be. Um, we do see that they Alma version might be looking for a little bit in the jungle. Don't see much that they can get. The Alma or the Soul is playing underneath the T1, not able to find a gank, just looking for their typical farm routes.
What a level need. Soul is good for early pressure, but honestly, you can hope to try and get pressure around the mid game as well with a character. I'm having a little bit of sound issues myself. Apologies. Put you on the spot here. Be right back.
Okay, it's me, Regal, on the spot. I mean, Deleuscious on the spot. Yeah, we see a team fight breaking out here. The Naja and the Loki are getting pretty low. The Terra pretty tanky. Artemis finding out the ulti, forcing out the hub wall ult. Naja might have been dead to rights there if she prioed the Naja. Unfortunately does not. Forcing out a lot though just by the presence of that Artemis ult.
Pace of this
Interesting.
game is roughly half of what it was last game.
Oh, you kind of scared
I
me there. Like you just came in and ripped it. Oh my gosh.
I'm right back in it. There's no stops on this train, and I'm on this train. It
Choo
might be a little bit of
choo.
a sleeper train. Oh, choo choo. I wonder if we can fit a baby shark in this at some point in this cast. That'd be
Oh,
fun.
I sure do
Maybe
hope
for a
so.
later cast.
Why don't
Anyway,
Why don't we just rip it
where
right now? Okay, wait. I will
I
point
don't think
out
we should do that.
that the Bologna did rip a prophetic cloak into the second spot after getting devil gloves. Um, that is what I will call a delicious certified interesting build. What do you think?
I think it's good. You know, you haven't died with it. You fully built your stacks. You're in a really strong place right now. As soon as this
Mm-hmm.
Bologna decides that she wants to rotate mid, start hitting on any of these auto attackers, what are they supposed to do?
Oh,
They don't have their
yeah.
Devo stacks. They don't even have Devos.
I wish
Actually, no.
Bologna
The
would hit
Artemis
on me.
does have the Devos.
Yeah.
She's 60 stacks ahead
Mm-hmm.
of that Artemis right there. What is she
Right.
supposed to do? That's just a stack diff right there. But what are you gonna do? That's the solo lane, baby. Can't do
Mm-hmm.
anything into that.
Sharon, interestingly enough, opting for a full power build, still has not gotten punished for running it. You might want to gank that lane if you're an Ama version's jungler. Um,
You can giddy up away. You got the slow immunity from
Giddy
the
up.
carpet. You don't really have enough lockdown, I'd say, to gank this Chiron. It's an extremely safe pick. And if he's able to get under tower, you can bait out with the ultimate.
Huge
That's a
hook wall
huge
dive.
Kibo dove, tanks died. That's sad day for all of us.
Yeah, not something that you want to see if you're a Teel Stiger fan. For all you Teel Stiger fans out there, might be time to Yeah, so we see we see Alma version maybe grouping up for a Gold Fury, looking for a pick actually onto the Soul in her jungle, is able to get the Disapparate out, forcing out both panic ults from Mama and Brigitte, and the Soul might just be able to rip the Gold Fury from Alma version as a result of them burning so much secure potential.
Honestly, a little slow on this gold here. I was assuming that this was going to happen about 5 minutes ago. Yet another Alma version secured that. Terra not quite able to get that away. That's some interesting effects from Loki on the gold fury pit. Where this dive's gonna go here. She might just be committing to get this tower right here.
Oh, I don't know if you want to
Heron.
sit inside, just finds themselves dead. If they kept on running around, might have been able to bait out the Bellona, but slowing themselves down into the ulti form. They do just end up finding themselves dead and not able to find that reset. Alma version
That's the
does
reason
find
why you
themselves
gotta know
almost
the
5k
matchup.
ahead.
You gotta know the matchup in those situations. Save the Giddy up for the bludgeon. Knock
The
her out
giddy
of
up.
that. That's about 50% of her damage. She's going to be separated from you. You can create some space. Hopefully lock her down with a little bit of a slow into an ultimate. You could turn that kill however you want. It's probably not the matchup that many people know very well. As an experienced solo laner, Chiron into Bellona is just an everyday thing for me. But let's... my goodness. It's been a long day.
As we see a large grouping from 4 people on the Alma version's team, maybe looking for a pick over these camps inside Teel Stigers jungle, decide to back off. Not really. I would like to see more pressure out of Alma version. They are so ahead that they can just W key into their jungle, find a lot. Instead, the Hubwa finds himself maybe picked out from this Brigitte. Brigitte finding missing the ult. Is actually totally healthy, just is maybe able to waltz away. The Poseidon ult down. This is a huge shutdown onto this Poseidon if they're able to find it. They do end up trading out their Artemis as a result, but finding the pick up onto the level 15 Poseidon. That's a huge shutdown.
1-for-1 so far. It's looking like it's 2-for-1 currently. I wonder if they're able to trade a couple of low health bars on Alma version right here. Let's try and get some energy in chat. Can we get some arcs in chat for
Get some arcs
for Teel Stigers? Hopefully they can be able to come back into this. That's looking like a little bit of a wiper right there.
Dang, so many low health bars. Teel Stigers not able to find any of the kills onto Alma version.
Simply grabbing the pony by the tail, using it as a mop, cleaning the floor. Charon not quite making as much of an impact as we need to see from this game right here.
Charon, definitely a god inside of this game right now. They do find themselves a Pyromancer to just further snowball in this lead. This looks like a repeat of the game state of game 1. We'll see what the Teel Stigers can like manifest here in order to get themselves a comeback.
You know, if I were the Teel Stigers, I would have a Gold Fury on my Dream Vision. Dream board right now. I would have a Fire Giant. I would just have absolutely anything. I'd have a tower, just a single tower. If they can get one tower down from in this set, I'd say that that's a large win for the Teel Stigers.
Yeah, definitely something that they can learn from and grow from. I still think that there is room for a lot even within this game, but from the Teel Stigers, they were able to find huge pickups onto Armor version, overcommitting, maybe getting a little bit overconfident and diving inside of the jungle. Is able to juke out the Loki ult. Aegis is nothing. This Loki should just be dead to rights. As I was talking about them overcommitting, they do end up finding the kill onto Loki. Huge pickup, especially onto your soul. Might be able to look for some split pushing potential. Might even find yet another kill onto this Bellona, ulting a little bit early from the Chiron. You can look for that as a secure from her running away and finding the kill anyways. Spending 2 ults to get it, as we do see the Teel Stigers looking to get this Primal Fury. Might just get one shot by this Hubwa, are getting pinched. The Soul does find themselves way out of position, and Alma version, unfortunately for the Teel Stigers, do find the Gold Fury as well as 3 people down.
not quite able to
That's
manifest
quite 3 people
exactly what
down.
they
Might
wanted out of
Tara
that
might
game.
actually find herself out of here. We'll see. Actually, they have to expend the blink.
Fantastic.
They finally are able to
Almost a
get it.
shell. Yeah,
Mhm.
so a lot has happened in the past like 30 seconds almost right there. It's probably more like a whole minute. This daylight savings right now in this game currently, I don't know what time it is or where I am currently. We had a few different things. Sneaky Man, not quite sneaky enough, getting taken out in that beginning of that fight. And then you have rotate all the way over to solo lane, and you had the Horsey Man being able to hit the woman with the big hammer, knocking her out of the bludgeon, learning how to play that matchup, and actually getting a good pickup. To try to convert that momentum of those 2 picks across the map right into the Gold Fury. Not quite what you want to see, and they lose Fire.
And it was Fire Giant. Amaterasu might just be able to look for a push potential here. The Poseidon's mana pool looking kind of slim, but they might just be over here. Never mind, they are grouping towards mid. Might just be able to get this T2 just from the Loki and the balloon walking right in. Chiron not be able to stifle or prevent their 2T loss. At the dive, good beats Aegis from the Artemis. Able to bait out a Poseidon ult off of the Naja Sash. Is level 13 though. I don't know how much she'll be able to do here as she's getting blinked on. Huge ulti, the Loki getting a little bit overconfident, diving the Phoenix, Artemis with the good ulti and does find herself alive, and the Loki dead.
A solid Loki for one tower. I'd say both sides are pretty happy with that. The other, I can't imagine the Version team being very happy that they have a Loki on their team. I don't know really anyone who's too
Yeah, that is
happy
pretty
as
stinky.
with a Loki. Yeah, it's you miss your ultimate. What are you gonna do? Die?
Yeah,
Probably. Lose the game? I think your team's probably got that handled. It's okay.
it's okay. We see the Mama Brigitte maybe able to push out to a T1. Looking for this a little bit, just a little bit of pressure, a little bit of a consolation prize, despite like how far behind they are. Is pressured out by the Bologna, is forced to walk away. We'll see if the Bologna just opts the ulti in here. It looks like she did. She did spend ulti, as the Teel Stigers might be able to look for a Pyromancer catching Ama version. Uh,
Got a hasten katana there. Like, you know, you're able to sustain out the damage with your Death Flux. You're able to just chase forever. It's good for Bologna to just pressure that up. Gets the blue buff. It's a small prize at this stage of the game. There's a little bit of a participation trophy, I'd say, is probably what she just got there.
Bologna with 21 stacks on their prophetic cloak. Looking pretty good. 20 minutes in. 9 stacks away. Yep.
Stacks.
9 stacks. We see an uncommon item, in my opinion, that I don't see much on a Bologna. Hasten Katana. Just looking to slap them down with their none attack speed. I lied. They actually have a decent amount of attack speed with that Vital Amplifier pickup as well. Not too much other attack speed other than
Yeah, I mean, Bologna does get a little bit of passive attack speed and movement speed from her passive as well. But really, it's just about how hard you can hit it. If you're sticking on them, it doesn't really matter how fast you're attacking. It's just how much damage you're doing. Right now, he's doing quite a bit of damage. Top of the damage leaders.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That Devo Gauntlet pickup might just have made the difference this game for her DPS. Gives you that flat pendant you need, gives you that auto attack, lifesteal, has a decent amount of power in it as well. You see Ama version ripping the Holy Fury. Just no Teel Stigers players in sight, willing to give that up. If they walk up, they probably will die. 13k gold lead for Ama version.
All right, Regal. As a good coach, what do you what is the game plan for the Teel Stigers? I know the last game was a little bit dreary when we asked this question, but you know, no Phoenix is down right now. There is still ways that they could make it back in. How do you see them converting this momentum? You know, maybe dodging a punch or two here, shifting their momentum and using it against the Teel Stigers. Do you think that they can, you know, get some of this over aggression out and be able to counterplay, or is it really just a sit back, wait? If they make any mistakes, then that's your way back in. Or Is there any way that you could be proactive and get back into this game from this position?
I think that, yeah, like you just said, the Terra is able to find themselves out. The Poseidon, not using ulti there to confirm the kill onto the support, actually finding huge damage onto themselves. Might just find themselves dead. Beads coming out from the Brigitte is dead. I can't see the health bar onto the Poseidon not being hit. Able to skedaddle on out of there. But what to comment on what you just asked, I think that they just need to turtle up. They've already given so much of the jungle, so much of the objectives. They're not contesting Fire Giant or Gold Furies. They would just need to turtle up as they're losing their duo side Phoenix. They actually do not Loki actually just tanking too much damage, underestimating how much damage will come out from that Phoenix, overestimating their DPS. You find themselves soloed out. 1-0 for the Phoenix.
That's pretty solid. About average,
I will say they might not want to step outside the Phoenix here. Doesn't look the Artemis way out of position. Does find herself dead. They might find the pickup though. This Brigitte just putting out so much damage in these necessary and key moments in order to find pickups. As they say, once you have 6 items inside of your build, you aren't able to get much stronger than that other than a 3k power pot. They don't have any Phoenixes down. The longer that this game stalls out, the more potential that the Teel Stigers are able to get or are able to have in order to come back into this game. The less that the gold and the XP matter, once the players round up to level 20 and get their builds maxed out, it might just be comebackable from the Teel Stigers, despite them being 13k gold down.
It just might be. Let's let's try and get them some energy here. I think it might be time for some bait shark. Let's take turns.
Yeah.
You start with the Chiron and let's just move our way down. Okay?
Chiron shark. Oh,
Please.
we might get copyrighted,
Please don't.
as I'm being told by the rest of our production crew. What if we
Good
use
catch
the
there.
lyric?
Good catch there.
Yeah, good catch there. What if we go Chiron, 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 Chiron?
We gotta do it in. We can't do
Okay.
it in the pitch. It's the pitch that catches
Okay,
it.
the pitch catches it. So what if we go Chiron, 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 Chiron? No?
I
Nope.
think the only thing we could do is probably say it in a flat, plain voice.
Chiron,
Chiron shark.
shark,
Do do
do
do do do do.
do do,
Chiron shark.
Chiron shark,
Do 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 do.
do 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 do.
Mamon shark. Do 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 do. Mamon shark.
Shark,
Do do
do
do
do
do
do
do.
do do.
Artemis shark.
Shark,
Do 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 do.
do
Artemis shark.
shark,
Do do
do
do.
do 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 do.
And back to the game.
Yeah, we saw a little
the
bit
Terra
of
in
lull of
this-
the action. I actually don't know where I am in space and time right now. I forgot about the last minute of this game. We might see a siege with the Fire Giant onto the Ama version as they are pushing in. Maybe Teel Stigers can capitalize on them on Ama version, overdriving, overcommitting onto these Phoenix pushes. They do have a decent amount of poke, a decent amount of CC and defense onto this. As we see the Titans roll out, that might be the extra juice that the Ama version needs in order to just get a clean batch of Phoenixes here as they end up cleaning out the Titan. Chiron with the early ulti, not really finding too much. Might not really sure what was going on with the thought process on that play. What do you think, Deadey?
Well, I actually really like the idea of trying to make that play with the Titans running out. That's essentially a sixth person on the team. If they're able to force that fight, they decided to hold back a little bit. I think that might have been one of their better opportunities to try and turn this game around. Actually, I think that might be a little bit better. Yeah, lose 1 Phoenix, pick up 2 kills. There is a Titan pushing down mid, but hopefully they deal with that relatively easily rather than just let the Titan into the Titan room.
Soul doing
Not what I
a
wanna
lot
see.
of damage onto it. Should just be able to clear that out by herself. I don't know how much potential. I don't think there's any push potential by this trio on Ama version. Loki ult's dead, Naga ult.
lost your other carry.
Yeah.
So yeah, a little bit of a reset. Gonna take this game slow, try and be as clean as possible.
I will say that's one of the better outcomes that I can see from Teel Stigers from this spot, aside from like a full wipe. So, yeah, we'll see if they can clear out their jungle, round out their, get hit level 20, max out the XP so that doesn't matter anymore, max out their builds again so that way they're not behind on that front, and then it's an even game up until the 3K potions.
You know, I just want to point out, I don't know how I missed this, but I'm really glad to see one in the lane. The Soul and the Terra, they didn't need our Baby Shark energy, able to get that tower down. Right side looking a little bit low. You know, they're starting to have a little bit of cracks in the map on Amaversion's side. It's going to be a long struggle if they're able to get a foothold, but as soon as you know. They have options if they're able to get a foothold. It really is up to Amaversion to give them a foothold back into this game, though. It's not something that the Teel Stigers can just reach out and grab at this point.
Yeah, mid fire minions, like pretty easy to take care of and handle for. Terra might get caught out, lots of damage coming out onto her with the Hubwa pinching. She is very tanky, that is the support, not able to find the pickup onto that. They are looking for another round of pushes before this next FG spawns onto the FG side of the map. Bologna just W-keying in onto the Sharon. Brigitte doing lots of damage. Soul, Chiron able to pick up the Loki. Hubwa might even be caught out too. Just, oh my gosh, huge damage from Hubwa. Almost was able to find both of them. Artemis is missing autos onto the Hubwa. Should just be killing with the 3. There it is. Yeah, I don't know really what Amaversion's doing. Just trying to like push straight into the Phoenix. No FG. Everything up by the Teel Stigers, able to find yet another good defense, stalling out this game. That's not something that you want to see if you're on Amaversion. A failed dive attempt, and Teel Stigers almost maxing out their builds. Quite a scary position that they're finding themselves in as this game goes on.
Kiba was able to trade a kill there onto the Maman. Unfortunately, also died there. Almost was given an opportunity by the Artemis to convert that into a little bit more. Finally getting looking at Fire Giant here. I think this should probably be the final mailing skid for Teel Stigers, as long as they're able to just clean up their and get some of these skills down.
Sharon sniffs out the Bologna, and the FG is just bobbing and weaving behind those little tikis. As the Amaversion does find themselves to FG, I don't know if you want to step outside of the Phoenix right now if you are the Teel Stigers. It is just 3 people. Found themselves a decent amount of poke. Brigitte forced the beads out. Naja holding it. They're missing a lot. They committed a lot of abilities. Not able to even find the Maman. Brigitte just able to bob and weave and bob around all the abilities. Poseidon Beads forced out too early. This could just be another clean Phoenix defense by the Teel Stigers as they find themselves just stalling out the game to the point where they can actually put themselves in a feasible comeback position.
Amaversion still has a lot of time on this FG. They were able to get really good poke onto the Bologna, but unfortunately, she just between the Devos and the Death's Embrace, there's just not enough poke damage in the world that she can't just out-sustain.
Yeah,
2 seconds in the jungle, just auto-attacking down some mid-camps, and she's all back up to full speed. There's an Aussie as well in that build.
Yeah.
That sure is a Bologna build.
The one thing that the Amaversion does lack is just the DPS onto these objectives. That is range DPS onto these Phoenixes, making it very difficult for them to actually push in here. Actually, I don't know, besides a full dive, which they have been doing unsuccessfully, how they are supposed to get these objectives without EFG. This might just be another stall out by the Teel Stigers as the Amaversion are trying to bait them to come out of their Phoenix line, but they are just taking a lot of poke. Here comes the dive attempt. Amaterasu finding huge damage. Poseidon finding themselves very low, able to get picked out. Artemis able to walk just back to base. No damage has been done to the Phoenix. Teel Stigers might just be back into this. They might be able to counter push just straight down mid lane. Finally being able to get those T1s that we've been talking about all game.
It cracked the map open. That was just dive one at a time. Honestly, I'm surprised it didn't even take more out of the Teel Stigers. You still see 3 beads up for the Teel Stigers, able to just push out tier 1. They'll probably be able to even get a tier 2 from this as well. Maybe even a Phoenix, depending on how the Kibo and the Loki play it.
I would just, the Hubwat and the Loki are playing up. I would try to get as much DPS, maybe look for kills onto those players, like right now. Soul finding herself very low. Dodging out the Hubwat, or the Hubwat just find the 3. I don't know if they wanted to just walk in there and let them recast onto them. They could have, as the Hubwat finds themselves 1 HP, Chiron might be able to find the kill. Does not. Misses all 3 ulti shots. If they looked for the kill potential onto the Hubwat and the Loki before they full dive them, I think that was a better option going into that. They might have been able to pick up Phoenix and 2 kills as a result of it. Instead, they find themselves 2v5 onto this Phoenix. Bologna actually TPing into the Teel Stigers base with that little cheeky ward there. Usually good to sentry that out. Bologna's auto attack speed really low. Actually misses or aegises the ult. The Bologna is dead. They should just be able to find out this middle Phoenix though. Cracking the base. Once again, that is what the Alma version need to do, is crack the base so that way they can actually get their usable mage damage onto the Titan. This next EFG should be a huge contention point as the Teel Stigers now find themselves around the same power level almost as the Alma version team. Could be their way to win this game, is this EFG scuffle. We'll see how this plays out.
2.5 items behind are the Teel Stigers. Just still got a bow on Terra and Chiron, and just need to finish off that last crit item there for the Artemis. Probably going to see, I would say, either a Deathbringer or a Demon Blade. Demon Blade recently buffed. It's very powerful. Sphinx's Bobble after the Neja. A little bit of anti-synergy, but I suppose you can probably make up for it as soon as you use a relic. With that relic dagger, you get that extra little bit of prots, unless it's the witch dagger, which in which case is just reducing the attack speed. No, yeah, Eldritch Dagger. After they use either one of their relics, they're going to get, I believe, yeah, that should counteract the entirety of Bobble out of there. Getting a little bit more CDR on that Neja, just more lockdown, hopefully be able to get some of their mages to be able to burst down some of these people. Neja was just sort of left out to die. Or left out
Artemis
to die,
overstepping, taking a lot of poke. Is forced to base as the EFG spawns. It is hard for the Alma version with their team comp to just rip this FG. But with how much damage they do and how scared the Teel Stigers are playing and not CCing and catching out Alma version's team, I don't know how this will pan out.
I think honestly, you just have 3 people sitting in front of it, and you just have the low people hit the fire down. That's the way. As soon as you get the you use the Scourge auto attacks to be able to get your Vital Amplifier stacked up there, you're just going to be doing ridiculous amounts of damage.
Loki's already half health. Maman Brigitte in middle lane. They might have sniffed. They should have been able to sniff that out with that ward from the Alma version, with that Alma vision, and also tripping up onto the wave. So they knew that they had a potential to push there. Loki finding themselves about half health. They might just look to rip it this time with Chiron forced to clear out the Onia fire waves onto the dual side Phoenix. This EFG is just free for Alma version. It will be very tough for Teel Stigers to come back from this position with that EFG. Should just be able to one-shot anybody that they hit with any of their ultis. We'll see.
Yeah, it's really, they need one person to step up. Neja, Sash to be able to lock them down, hopefully burst them out, crack open the base, or just, you know, as long as the Teel Stigers don't defend the Phoenix, it'll just die. That also works. This is an enhanced FG, so yeah, they will be doing increased damage to those structures. Titan already starting to take a little bit of poke. I wonder if they're going to go for the Phoenix here, or if they're just looking for the straight end. They do have the damage, I think, that they could probably just take a 5-on-5, and as long as they pump all their DPS into the Titans, probably just okay.
Yeah, this should just be game. I wouldn't be surprised if they just full dive onto this Titan. They can't. They do have the DPS. The Phoenix is down. Um, the Titan should just be dead to res. Looks like they're playing it safe, waiting for this mid Phoenix to respawn so they can get it. Maybe looking to see if any of the Teel Stigers step out of position. Najan not even looking for a sash in. Yep, this should just be game as they full dive onto the Titan. Pretty clean end by Amaterasu into this 2-0 win on this set against the Teel Stigers.
Teel Stigers putting up a whole lot of fight, considering game one. It was honestly, it was really fun to see those last end game engagements. I would say the Baby Shark probably gave them a little bit of energy to really just
Yeah,
extend the game on just that little bit much.
it was that we
Honestly,
didn't continue the Baby Shark that they weren't able to full out and just find the win and bring this back to a 1-1 game set.
that's true. Bologna picking up some wards this game, so that's nice to see a little bit of player growth there. But hopefully, moving forward with the Teal Stigers, they're able to learn from this and pick those up. Honestly, the games when we got absolutely stomped on, I'd say are some of the best games. Is you sort of just see what the other players are doing, seeing what you're doing, and then you're able to figure out how you can do what they're doing, but better. And I hope they're able to pick up some pointers, pick up some tips, and just really grow from this set.
So
That'll be fun to
true.
see.
And one thing that the Teal Tigers did do extremely well was again that turtle defense, almost bringing it back to the point to an even position where they could just box version. Unfortunately, getting too poked out, end up losing their mid Phoenix, breaking the base, and just giving up EFG was the nail in the coffin to end this set out.